Hey, what's good? What's good? I'm back. One and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P. Once again, it is fight week for BKFC. Shouts out to everybody that's tuning in on Facebook and YouTube and on Instagram. We got BKFC Rhino, appreciate you. And NR Media 50, appreciate you, man. Make sure y'all leave those comments, give it a like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. What's up with my YouTube community, man? Come on, man. Leave me some comments. So fight week, August 8th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. BKC Fight Night Sturgis is coming up. Bryant Defiant Atchison versus Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. That's gonna be an interesting card. I know it's gonna be hot as hell out there. It's gonna be like 90-something degrees to 100 degrees out there. So you're probably gonna hope that you fight early and get it over with, because if you're back there just waiting in the heat, man, that might could take a toll on the fighter. It definitely could. It definitely could. Let's give our guest a few minutes. Okay, so give him a few minutes. Let me text him back. We'll give him a few minutes real quick. Let's just go over some of this fight card while we're waiting on him. Of course, you got Brian Atchison versus Mike Jones, and that is a cruiserweight fight. Atchison's 5-0, Jones is 3-1, with a really impressive win over Steven Tomahawk Townsend. You got Bear Hill versus Brady Bigberg Meister. Man, my dog is tripping back here, making a bunch of noise. Gia, chill out. We got Zev Vincent versus Alonzo Martinez. I know he had a different opponent before that, but he switched it out. You got Cheyenne Bentley versus Crystal Pittman. She was actually on the Bare Knuckle show the other day, and she was showing like lingerie out of her closet and stuff. Bare Knuckle show definitely pervs when they got Crystal Pittman interviews for sure. You got Lucas Wright versus Brian McDowell. Clay Collard versus Daniel Keepers, and Clay Collard's making his debut, and Lucas Wright's making his debut. You got Trayvon Kroger versus KB Dubai Staby. I hope I said that right. And looks like Dubai Staby's making his debut. Art Driscoll and Justin Walters. This is an interesting one because Art's 0-3 and Justin's 0-2. So somebody's coming out with a win. I know that. Somebody's gonna come out with a win. Somebody's gonna be a happy camper after that fight. And you got Jason Simon versus Jason Sanderson. Oh, it looks like they only got 2 free fights on this card. So we got 2 fights. What? Let's see. I mean, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there would have been 10, but the Joshua Oxendine fight got pulled. It was originally Oxendine versus Randall, and then now Randall's fighting Garcia on the Hollywood card, and then it was going to be Oxendine versus, I want to say, AJ Craig, but I think AJ Craig uh pulled out. I don't want to say they backed out because they were scared, because you never know, cats could get injured and they could break their hand a week before the fight or something. There's no telling. And you still got a bunch of big events coming up. You got Mohegan Sun, which is the fight card that tonight's guest is on. You got the Boston card with Stewart versus Gigliotta. Of course, the Mohegan Sun is Bryce Henry versus Carlos Trinidad Snake. Then you got BKFC Hollywood, Florida, Perdomo versus Garrett. Interesting because, like, I'm just waiting to see, like, when Perdomo actually gets an opponent that can actually test him, and actually get some punches. Nobody can really even hit Perdomo like with anything that is effective. Like, the dude is like a freaking Terminator, man. He's walking through punches and he just comes in and just throwing haymakers constantly. This gonna be a stat card right here. It's Hollywood, Florida card, which they always stacked. They're always stacked. It seems like a lot of big names at the Hollywood, Florida cards all the time because the Florida Cats got a lot of big names. You got BKC 94 Manchester, Till versus Romero, and Redneck Mandel should be fighting on that as well versus Jack Colin. Jack Colin's like 6'3". Redneck's like 5'9", if I'm not mistaken. That's gonna be an interesting one. I don't know if he's fought a guy that's 6'3" yet. They still ain't filled out that card yet. They only got 4 fights on that one as well. What's the BKFC tough fights in there? BKFC 90, was that 95? Yeah, 95 Newark. BKFC Fight Night Clearwater, BKFC Fight Night Glasgow. Still don't know what's going to be on those cards yet. And that still don't even finish off the year because that still doesn't cover December. And that's just all the way to November 7th. So they'll probably have at least 1 or 2 other fight cards in November. They usually have about, usually 3 to 4 every month. You got 3 in October, 2 in September, 3 in August. Shouts out to Keith, the officer Richardson. Appreciate you tuning in as usual. And I will be messaging you soon so we can set up another interview. And I was thinking the other day, man, we be doing the recaps on Sundays, man. If you feel like you want to join us for one of the recaps, where we recap the fight cards from the day before, man, more than welcome, man. I know we usually have Cold Red Coltrane, and Anthony Yost and Daniel Pettit. All right, let's introduce our guest properly. He is a 4-1-1 in the BKFC. He is the number 3 ranked light heavyweight bare knuckle fighter in the world, and he will be fighting BKFC Fight Night Mohegan Sun, August 21st. That starts 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut, and he'll be fighting Joseph the Dark Knight Creer. Let's bring on the knuckle maniac himself, Cody Vidal. Cody, how you feeling, man?
What?
How you feeling?
It doesn't matter how I'm feeling. All that matters is what I'm dealing, and I'm dealing out the KWO, the Knuck World Order, everywhere I go, and that's the bottom line. Do you know why?
Why?
Because the Knuckle Maniac said so, Paul. Brother.
Sounds like you feeling good there. I'm excited about interviewing you, man. You always entertaining, yo. Oh man, that's dope.
I didn't even realize it. I just got this. What's he doing?
Okay. That's dope right there. I like that shirt.
Mr. Lee. I just realized that the word knuckle has got Lee in it. Knuckly.
Yo, before I get into some deep questions, so your last fight, congratulations on the impressive win. When you went and pinned Escoboza in the middle of the ring, was that like a spur of the moment thing? Or did you kind of always want to do that?
I think every WWE fan, every Stone Cold Steve Austin fan thought about marching out to and pinning somebody for a 1-2-3. And I'm the very first person in history to actually knock somebody out, not fake knock them out, and then do a 1-2-3. The very first person in history. So, yeah, I don't get enough credit, but guess what? I'm not asking for credit. And if you don't like that, then you can click edit, cut that out. But it's okay because I got the clout. It's inside of me. Whatever I say, it's always free until you're standing in front of me. And then you got to bleed and make the payment. That is called sacrifice. Don't call ICE. I'm here to remove you all by myself. And that's the bottom line. Why, Paul?
Because the Knuckle Maniac said so.
Louder.
Because the Knuckle Maniac said so.
Louder than ever before.
Because the Knuckle Maniac said so.
That's right. Now I got a bone to pick with you. It's time for me to do some questions. What in the hell are you drinking there with that cabbie hat on? Huh?
Dizzle.
What?
Dizzle and pineapple juice.
What the hell is Dizzle?
You got the newsboy hat.
What's Dizzle?
Dizzle's an agave tequila, a cognac, and an orange liquor mango mix.
You mean to tell the Knuckle Maniac you brought me on your show, and instead of drinking milk, chocolate milk, and taking your vitamins, you're over there drinking alcohol and slowly killing yourself? What the hell is wrong with you, Paul?
A lot of things.
It's okay. Tequila is the more cleaner alcohol, and I like tequila.
Okay, do you?
Don't tell my mom. Don't actually forget about my mother. Don't tell my son.
Okay. So, what can you tell us about your MMA background? I see you had an MMA background.
MMA. Look, whether it's MMA, boxing, street fights, when you see my pinky, when you see my thumb, when you see my fist, you better run. MMA, mixed martial arts. I love MMA. In fact, I started watching MMA when I was little, and I loved no holds bar bare knuckle MMA. And then slowly but surely to legalize it, they had to make it weaker. They had to add rounds. They had to add a time limit. They had to add rules. They had to put gloves on. Meanwhile, the purists over here, we just want bare knuckle. We just want a real fight. And I'm not saying that MMA is not a real fight. It's a real fight. I love MMA. I'm saying take the gloves off. No glove, all love. No glove, all love. All love for the sport of fighting. All love for the life of fighting. Forget the word sport for a second. Nobody deserves to live in this life unless you're willing to fight for it in one way or the other. It might be physical fighting. It might be serving others. It might be serving God. It's always serving God to me. Yahweh, Yeshua, Ruach HaKodesh, Holy Spirit. For me, life is about service, and fighting is a service. And when we fight, when the Knuckle Maniac fights, I'm serving you, the fans, the Knuckle Maniacs, the KWO, the Knuck World Order, putting on a show, the black and white, attacking all night. That's right. There ain't no one better when you see me fight, because every time I fight, I win, and that's the bottom line, because the Knuckle Maniac is in the building.
Well, tell us, how did the Knuckle Maniac end up in bare knuckle, and why did you decide to make that transition?
The true story is that the Knuckle Maniac is favored by our creator, and the Knuckle Maniac constantly has confirmations. What's a confirmation? Most people call it coincidences. There's no such thing as coincidences, only God's incidences. So when the Knuckle Maniac was just about 18 years old and he's watching a documentary on It's Me Here, Bobby Gunn, undefeated bare knuckle boxer. And in that documentary, there's a manager of Bobby Gunn, and his name is Dave Feldman. And I'm watching this when I'm 18 years old. By the way, I'm about to be 38 next month, so let's just call it.
Okay.
What, 20 years ago?
20, yeah.
Wow. Knuckle Maniac's getting old. But you know what? I put the old in the word bold. So let's continue. I'm sitting there, and I'm watching Bobby Gunn, the greatest bare knuckle fighter pre-BKFC, and he created the BKF with Dave Feldman. Dave Feldman believed in Bobby Gunn. Dave Feldman put his effort into Bobby Gunn. Dave Feldman helped Bobby Gunn generate that 73-0 record. And Bobby Gunn turned around and helped him create BKF. Not many people know this, and it's not my business to sit here and talk details. He's his man. Bobby Gunn's his man. Dave Feldman's his own man. They had a dispute for whatever reason. Now BKF became BKFC. And on Knucklemania 4, brother, I go out there to fight my first bare knuckle fight, and I see a guy in the crowd. Welcome to me. Hey, son, you should know where my commission is. Excuse me, sir. You know where my commission is. Mike and Mish. I'm like, who? He's like, Mike and Mish. He's like, who are son? Let me tell you something. Forget about it. Look me in the eyes here. Yeah. You have the eyes of a champion. Let me tell you, if I ever seen it, you have the eyes of a champion. You're the next champion of the sport. I'm telling you, right? I'm the biggest thing in the sport's ever existence. Hi, Bobby Gunn. I'm the greatest bare knuckle fighter. But you're next, I promise you. That happened literally within the first minute of beating Bobby Gunn at Knucklemania 4. And then what do? That happened right after I walked up to Lorenzo Hunt and said, ain't no champ. And he said, unless I said so. So there I was at Knucklemania 4, sandwiched between the greatest bare knuckle boxer pre-BKFC, Bobby Gunn, and the greatest proven pound for pound bare knuckle fighter in BKFC, Lorenzo Hunt. And I'm in the middle, and there's Dave Feldman, Jr., and the show's just getting started. So we can talk about MMA all day long, but let's just forget about that. Who cares about the past? Right here we are in bare knuckle BKFC, bare knuckle fighting championships, and the KWO, the Knuck World Order, has an order to fulfill, a demand to fulfill. And that's when I get in that ring, no matter how much blood is spilled, the will of the Knuckle Maniac, the will of the Knuckle Maniacs is exercised. And everybody in the crowd is standing on their feet, and they're screaming as my opponent faces defeat, because the Knuckle Maniac raises his hands nice and tall, nice and high, and he gives all the glory to the Father in the sky. And you may ask and wonder why. It's because the Knuckle Maniac said so.
Well, let me ask the Knuckle Maniac this. Congratulations on the win over Escoboza. Did you expect that fight to go longer? Were you shocked when it was over in the first round?
Did I look shocked?
I'd have to go back and watch, but probably not.
Do I ever look shocked?
No.
I am the shock. I am the electricity. I am the most electrifying man in bare knuckle empowerment. I thought he was going to say entertainment. No, empowerment. Because everybody that experiences the Knuckle Maniac experience, ooh, brother, everybody that experiences the Knuckle Mania, ooh, they experience the cream of the crop, and the cream always rises to the top. Ooh, yeah, brother, because the Knuckle Maniac is your favorite fighter's favorite fighter, brother. Ooh, yeah. So by proxy, by default, no matter who your favorite fighter is, the Knuckle Maniac is your favorite fighter's fighter. And by natural causation, I am also your favorite fighter. The Knuckle Maniac is your favorite fighter.
Well, Redneck Mandel is one of my favorite fighters, so I guess you're his favorite fighter?
I had him on podcasts already. So far, so good. I gave him his respect. Mandel's amazing. Absolutely. I think that when he fought Juggernaut Hunt, he had a torn knee and he was out of shape. You can clearly see it. I'm a man that experienced both torn knees, broken back, broken wrist, broken collarbone, broken hands, herniated disc, dislocated hip. Like, we can go on. Nerve damage, we can go on. So when the man comes in looking out of shape against the toughest opponent of his life and he says, my knees hurt, you got to believe him. And I take nothing away from Mr. Knuckle Mania, the Juggernaut Hunt. I take nothing away from Lorenzo Hunt. He has a newfound respect for me. I have a newfound respect for him. In fact, the pound for pound proven best in bare knuckle fighting said, who's the most underrated fighter?
I heard him say that on the Bare Knuckle show, Cody Vidal.
And who is Cody Vidal?
You.
What's his nickname?
The Knuckle Maniac.
What?
The Knuckle Maniac.
What?
The Knuckle Maniac.
That's right, brother.
Well, let's talk about your opponent, Joseph Creer. How tough does the Knuckle Maniac expect this fight to be?
As tough as he wants it to be.
Expound on that.
Expand on it.
Expound on that.
When I think about expansion, I think about when I hit someone, their face swelling up. And I don't really care to make my opponents bloody. I don't really care to hurt my opponents, honestly. I just want them to go down so that I go up. You said that in the beginning that I was ranked number 3. This is what I got to say about those rankings. And if you know sign language, then you know what this means. Those rankings don't mean nothing. Knuckle Maniac is number 1. Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt, the proven pound for pound best, says I'm number 1. So when you got the proven best and the proving best saying the same facts, it's hard to deny them, right?
Hold on one second. My camera went out on me. My dog likes to get under here and pull my camera cords out. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Repeat that?
Nah. We got it. Cause we live. We recording live. And when I'm done, I'll make sure I clip up clips and stuff like that. So, I mean, is there anything from Creer that stands out to you that you think you might have to worry about? I mean, he's a big dude. He's 6'4", long reach.
Brother, worry is not in my vocabulary. I'm not a worrier. I'm a warrior. Warriors live for war. I'm a winner most of all, and I win before it starts. Win means what's important now. Now spelled backwards is won. One is the past tense of winning. How do you win? You program your mind that you've already won. Creer says, first, fast, long, and gone. So for the sake of your podcast, I'll give you more information. First, fast, long, and gone. Let's dissect that, shall we?
Okay.
First, that means he wants to punch me first.
Okay.
Great. Fast. That means he wants to punch me fast.
Okay. Yeah.
Great. Long. That means he wants to stay long, stay away from me.
Yeah.
This is a fight night. This is a BKFC fight night. Do you know what that means?
Smaller ring.
That means it's time to pick up the phone and call home because you're in a phone booth with the Knuckle Maniac, baby.
So it's going to be hard for him to have that long reach. Yeah.
First, fast, long, and gone. E.T. phone home. E.T. phone home. JC phone home. I love Joseph Creer. I've always respected Joseph Creer. I've always messaged him on Instagram after every fight. He boxes beautifully. He's a great MMA fighter. He's a great Muay Thai fighter. He's a great natural boxer. And I say he's the best long-distance boxer, the best long-distance boxer in the BKFC.
Okay.
So let the Knuckle Maniac talk about Joseph Creer here. Joseph Creer has only 3 losses in BKFC. And in my opinion, he's never been finished. Okay. He got cracked with a bunch of uppercuts, went down and popped right back up against Jared Warren. But he was conscious, he was aware, and he was ready to fight. That's Joseph Creer. He's focused because he's calm.
Yeah, he is.
And I think he lost his first BKFC fight to this guy that was fighting like a little maniac. I enjoyed that. Right? Maniac to a maniac. I like that chaos. And he lost to a big power puncher in Brian Atchison.
Yeah.
Brian Atchison, who's fighting a very tough opponent. Both guys
Saturday.
Coming up soon. And I'm very excited for that fight.
I am too.
But with that said, Creer was able to take all those punches from Jared Warren, former BKFC 185-pound champion.
Yep.
Joseph Creer was able to take those punches from Brian Atchison. So to sit here and say that Creer is a pushover or that the Knuckle Maniac's just going to run through him would be, quite frankly, stupid. But it's not just power punches. It's volume. It's not just volume. It's constant pressure. It's not just constant pressure. It's power. And it's not just physical power. It's vital power. A vital display of power. And so, Creer hasn't been truly finished yet. And I never predict the fight. I do in my head, but I never speak on what I will do. It's already what I have done. And all I need to know is that I did it already. And ain't nobody need to know it till they tune in. So with that said, whether it's a first round finish, second round finish, third round finish, I'm winning. Whether it's 5th round decision, I'm winning. And that's the bottom line. Why, Paul?
Because the Knuckle Maniac said so.
You're getting good at this, Paul. It must be that Denny or whatever the hell you're drinking.
Dizzle. Who'd you say, that Denny?
I wouldn't do you like that. I said Denny.
Okay. So
speaking of Denny never responded to the Knuckle Maniac's call out.
You called out Diddy?
Yeah.
I think Diddy's got bigger problems to worry about. Being behind bars right now.
You think those are bigger problems?
Well, I've been locked up once, and that was the most
Yeah, but you
degrading
ain't
thing
never
I've
been
ever
locked
dealt
up
with.
in a phone booth with the Knuckle Maniac, brother.
Well, I probably have to fight flyweight anyways. So
You need to get me some meth to get down to flyweight. That's the method.
Oh man, that's hilarious. So, I mean, how important do you think patience will be in this matchup?
Patience means long-term suffering. Patience comes from the same Latin word as passion. Passion means to suffer for, aka your why. Why do you choose to suffer? Life is suffering. You're either going to suffer for good or you're going to suffer for evil. You're going to suffer for love. You're going to suffer for hate. You're going to suffer for joy. You're going to suffer for pain. Right? Patience is long-term suffering. So patience is long-term passion. And who do you know that has more passion and more energy and he can just pull it out of himself no matter how tired he may be? Who do you know? You don't. You just know me.
You and Lorenzo Hunt.
Speaking of which, you want to know a little secret?
Sure.
Lorenzo Hunt's going to be there.
And I mean, I know you don't care about the rankings, but I mean, I would think a win like this would definitely have you knocking on the door of a title shot with Lorenzo Hunt, or maybe a Josh Dyer next or something. I don't know. That'd be interesting, you and Dyer.
I've heard it all before. The Knuckle Maniac realized I'm a fighter. Knuckle Maniac's a fighter. Knuckle Maniac's a winner. Knuckle Maniac is the very best. And so doesn't matter who it is. It's a test. I pass it. I go up the ladder closer and closer to the championship. But here's the truth, brother. The Knuckle Maniac realized he's already a champion. I'm already a champion. And think about it.
Okay.
Who crowns a champion? You got a guy like Dave Feldman Jr. No offense. They created an organization. Thank you for having this organization. They create belts and they decide who fights for that belt. They decide who fights for that belt.
Mm-hmm.
You said in the beginning of this, I'm 4-1-1.
Mm-hmm.
You think I look at numbers on a paper and believe it? That's like getting a parking ticket that says $400 for parking out somewhere for 5 minutes. And they're like, oh, this isn't a handicap zone, but there's not a damn sign around. It's a lie.
Yeah.
You think one of those losses on paper due to me saying clean the blood out of my eyes so I can see, and some idiot hears that, no offense, and goes over to the doctor and says, he said he can't see. Well, clean the blood out of my eye. You clean the blood out of the other guy. You gave him a whole 1.5 to 2 minutes to recover while I'm doing what I can to knock him out. Clean the blood out of my eye. The cut wasn't over my eye. The cut was right here. You can see it. And it was just shooting blood down in my eye. I was winning the fight. Yeah, sure. The second round, I took the last 10 seconds off and I paid for it. But we've seen the Knuckle Maniac take worse punishment than that. And we've seen the Knuckle Maniac win rather easily right after.
Yeah.
So anecdotal evidence is anecdotal evidence. You got to believe the proof. And then the other loss, I love every one of my opponents. I'm friends with every one of my opponents. I pray with my opponents. I talk to them till this day. Brandon Connolly, I love Brandon Connolly. Brandon Connolly in a ring on video said, you got me 2 times right before they announced us as a draw.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear some judge tell me that I won. I know I won. My opponent told me I won. What does a judge matter? That's like we go to court, right? Let's say I ran in the back of your car, right? And you're like, hey, he ran in the back of my car. And I'm like, yeah, I ran in the back of his car. And the judges fucking decide in my favor. What? I just admitted that I ran in the back of his car, right? That's exactly what happened. So the Knuckle Maniac is 6-0 undefeated, and that's the bottom line because the Knuckle Maniac
said so.
That's right. Just checking to see your sobriety.
And I had to go back and watch that Keith Richardson fight. He actually, I interviewed him, and good guy. He always tunes in, and that makes a lot of sense, man. I mean, like, because there was a fight recently, somebody had blood in their eyes, and they just, as soon as they wiped it out, they was able to see. And the doctors do kind of get overzealous sometimes.
Brother, I have a photo I can pull up right now on the screen share. It's me like this, firing punches at my buddy Keith, and
Yeah,
you can't see anything in my eye but the color red.
yeah,
My entire eye was pooled with blood. The blood wasn't
yeah.
inside the eye; it was inside the eye socket. It was
Damn.
inside here. It was
Yeah,
in. It was piling up here and filling up my entire eye. My entire eye was red.
damn.
But it was the first fight in California. The commissioner was right there. He was looking to stop a fight to look good on paper for the sake of the sport. So if the Knuckle Maniac, actually, think about this. The Knuckle Maniac was the pioneer for California. I was the very first fighter to ever walk out to a sanctioned bare knuckle fight in California. I was the very first fighter ever drop somebody
Okay.
in a sanctioned fight in California. And because that card was such a success, we now had plenty more cards in California.
Yeah. And I heard California could be real strict.
Yeah, so if I was a sacrifice that had to be made that day and they want to draw a little 1 on a piece of paper, I mean, have fun. Math wasn't my favorite subject anyway.
That's crazy. Where we at? We at like how much time you still got? I don't want to take up too much of your time.
However much time. Stop it. Stop it.
So tell us about Chasing Fight Team. How much have they helped you in your development?
Who?
Oh, Classic Fight Team. My bad. Classic Fight Team.
Well, my entire fighting career changed when I went to Classic Fight Team. You know why?
Why's that?
Because I got attention. You thought I was going to say the Knuckle Maniac said so. I got attention. And I got attention because of a man I fought named Tyler Smith in MMA. We fought. We had mutual respect. So he already believed in me. He saw me fight BKFC, the first fight, Knuckle Mania 4. He believed in me. Right? And I got to admit, I wasn't in good shape in the first fight, Knuckle Mania 4. I had a torn bicep, a torn forearm. I took that fight on 3 weeks' notice. I was a lot heavier than I should be. And this is a sport of punching. The more weight you got on, yeah, you could hit harder, but for how long?
Yeah.
And endurance athletes have the strongest minds. The strongest minds produce endurance athletes. And I've always known this. And I finally found my way of creating endurance in myself. Because when you're a very good fighter, when you're a very good athlete, and I mean very, 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 very good, okay? When you're a very good fighter, very good athlete, and you haven't filled the gas tank isn't going to run efficiently as long and as strong as you need it to run. And that was my very first fight. But thanks to Keith Richardson for teaching me a lesson. Thanks for Keith Richardson for bleeding me. Thank you for Keith Richardson for showing me to fight calmly and to be a volume fighter, an endurance fighter. That's exactly who Keith Richardson is. Everyone says good words about me, but you got to look at the man that punched it into my mind, the man that stamped it into my mind, Keith Richardson. I told him right after the fight, you inspired me. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're much older than me. You're a police officer.
Yeah.
I dropped you. I beat you. I beat you badly, and you continued. And you weren't putting all your power in those punches. He was just tap, 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 tap. Endurance.
Volume, yeah.
Athlete. Volume fighter. So I learned from the man. So I needed that. Because had I continued to knock Keith out or won by decision, I most likely would have came out and made the same errors, the same mistakes, and maybe not evolved into the Knuckle Maniac that you see and know today.
And you know, I think in this sport, everybody's gonna take a loss at some point. I mean, you got
Some
Perdomo.
guys,
He's got a winning streak going, but everybody's got a loss besides Perdomo. Everybody got a loss.
Well, let's stop you there. Who did Perdomo fight that was worth beating him?
Nobody really yet.
His toughest opponent was somebody that knew how to wrestle a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, Corey,
This is
what you
not
talking about, Willis?
boxing. Yeah, this is not bare knuckle boxing. This is bare knuckle fighting. They allow us to fight on the inside. Rocky Marciano, 49-0, never took a loss until he got an airplane and got his head chopped off. Right? My point is, I don't disrespect anybody. Perdomo hits hard. He's fast, right? He's got a ton of wins. Who's he fighting next?
Anthony Garrett.
He's fighting my boy. And it's not that Anthony Garrett's a tough test.
I think
Anthony Garrett's a really fucking tough test.
I hope so, man. I want to see somebody test this guy at least.
Anthony Garrett has a right hand and he has really long arms. So let me tell you about fighting here, right? Most people don't know how to fight on the inside. Most people with long arms and tall bodies don't know how to fight on the inside because they don't comprehend leverage. And even though I think Garrett can get lower, he comprehends leverage because it does that Chuck Liddell, Fedor Emelianenko type punches, angles.
Yeah.
And on a guy like Perdomo who has his hands up and is coming forward, it's one step, flash a jab, one step on an angle, bang. Temple, jaw, chin, over. Anthony Garrett's big. He hits hard.
He is big. He's big as shit.
Yeah. So if I'm Anthony Garrett, which he just messaged me yesterday, if I'm Anthony Garrett, I'm going out there. I'm putting Perdomo on his heels. I'm making him panic. And by the time his heart rate's up and his nervous system is fatigued, now it's time to play T-ball. And we all know that T-ball is so easy. You just put the ball in there. When a guy's tired at heavyweight and you're not, it's T-ball.
And that seems like a good game plan for the bigger fighters, is to try to tire them out and last longer, kind of like Lorenzo Hunt did with Walter Pugliese. Walter Pugliese was pretty much winning the first 2 or 3 rounds, but Lorenzo kind of waited him out and waited till he got tired, and that was it. Once he knocked him down, he didn't want to get up because he was so tired. And a lot of guys been tiring out lately. I've been noticing.
Hey man, like I said, take your vitamins, drink your chocolate milk. You'll be fine.
I know that's right.
Lorenzo can box. Lorenzo can fight. He can box. He can swarm. At his age, I questioned his chin, his heart even, but he proved himself in that fight. Although I don't think Pugliese was the toughest fight for him, I think it was a good fight for him. To me, it still didn't make sense that it was for the 225-pound title because Walter Pugliese was 2-0, unranked.
2-0,
And but Pugliese did beat that fella from England who was a 4-0 champ. And
Carl
he beat him
Thompson.
rather impressively. So not taking anything away from Walter, not taking anything away from Lorenzo. It's just I think at 225, I think the guy to beat there is Atchison or maybe even Tomahawk Tomlinson, who, you got clipped in his last fight, but Tomahawk is a heavy hitter. Guys like Tomahawk, guys like Atchison. When I think 225, I think about bombers.
Yeah,
bombers. And a bomber is gonna hit Lorenzo. Is he gonna turn him off right away? I don't know. But a bomber needs to know how to box to beat Lorenzo. Needs to know how to wrestle and swarm. And so going back to Perdomo, going back to Garrett, is if Garrett just puts him on his heels and pressures him, like Mick Terrell did when he fought Lorenzo, and he just takes a little page out of the Knuckle Maniac's book, keeps that pressure on him, he's beating Perdomo. And if Perdomo has a problem with that, What you gonna do when the knuckle
Hey,
maniac
if he
runs
beats
bare?
Perdomo, that'll be probably the most shocking upset I think in BKFC history
If
so
Garrett beats
far, man.
Perdomo,
Yeah.
you think that'll be the most shocking upset in BKFC? Why?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm of the mindset that nobody's gonna beat Perdomo anytime soon.
For what reason?
Maybe because everything's look so easy. It's like until I see an actual real tough opponent, maybe I'll think differently.
Is
But
Garrett
I
not a tough
think
opponent?
he is. But I think even if Perdomo fought Ben Rothwell, after what I seen Arlovsky did to him, I don't think Ben Rothwell would have beat Perdomo.
Yeah, but
And
you gotta
Garrett is
remember this,
tough. I
man.
mean, his fight with Parker Porter, I mean, that was a really good tough fight.
You gotta remember this, man. Arlovsky already beat Ben Rothwell twice in MMA,
Twice.
so he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
already in
yeah,
his
yeah.
head, and Ben wasn't
Yeah.
himself because of that. Like he was already having flashbacks of defeat. And as a hypnotherapist, as a mindset coach, I'm telling you right here, right now, unless you actually work with somebody like me, you're not getting that out of your head. It's not happening. Like, okay, let's talk UFC. All right. I'm a big fight historian, brother. Like, I'm like Mike Tyson, black and white boxing. Okay. You talk about Wanderlei Silva versus Rampage Jackson. Wanderlei Silva beat Rampage Jackson twice in Pride Fighting Championships. Fucking knocked him out cold one time and just beat him down and kicked him in the face repeatedly till the referee stopped it, right? Wanderlei Silva, love him. He was on all the sauce, brother. He was on all the sauce you could think of.
Yeah.
Now, he wasn't on the sauce in UFC. You can see it. He was depleted, right? He literally looked like a shell of himself. He goes out there and he fights Rampage. Rampage knocks him out one punch. Makes it look easy, right? What was the difference? Different rule set, and Wanderlei was not on sauce.
On sauce.
Okay, now you take a guy like Ben Rothwell who fought Andre Arlovsky in MMA. How did Arlovsky beat Ben Rothwell in MMA? He beat Ben Rothwell with standing strikes, specifically punches. So now you take the gloves off.
It's the same shit.
And you have a guy who beat a guy twice with punches, and now there's no gloves on. What do you think's going on in his mind?
He's about to get
hurt
beat.
Fucking worse.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Definitely. He fucked up Ben Rothwell in that fight.
And I'll tell you this, Andre Arlovsky fought very different. Arlovsky used to fight on the outside like this. He was so in love with boxing, he wanted to show like his basic boxing, like he's so good at boxing. For that fight, Arlovsky actually put his hands up, walked forward, and just punched and swarmed. He just punched and pushed, get him against the ropes, pushed him against the ropes, and finished him. That is the way, brother. In BKFC, that is the way. Corner a man and beat him till he loses.
Before we get out of here, something I want to ask you about. You said something interesting. You said something about, I think, hypnosis or something. I saw you like a life coach and stuff like that. Like, how does that usually work?
Go ahead, close your eyes. I'm not going to hypnotize you. You're not going to go to sleep. You're not going to bark like a dog. I'm not taking over your mind. All right. Keep your eyes closed. You're not going to sleep. Again, this is easy. We're just having a conversation with your eyes closed. We are just having a conversation with your eyes closed. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale. Relax. 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 And as you relax, take another deep, deep, deep breath in. And hold it for 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Relax. 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 And again, take another deep breath in. And hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Relax. 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 And take one more deep, deep, deep breath in. And hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1-0. Relax. 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 And now repeat after me. My favorite fighter
My favorite fighter
is the Knuckle Maniac.
is the Knuckle Maniac.
Brother.
And
that's the bottom line.
Because the Knuckle Maniac said so.
That's right, Paul!
And that's how hypnosis works. Oh, man, that's crazy. What, in bare knuckle?
Who's your favorite fighter, Paul?
Redneck Mundell. But I got, I like a lot of fighters. There's a lot of guys that been moving up on my list lately, becoming some of my favorite fighters.
If I was to hypnotize you, I'd be your favorite fighter. The Knuckle Maniac would be your favorite fighter.
I'm actually big on Baby Hawk lately too. I like that cat. He's a young up and comer in the he's in the flyweight. Jean Carlos Rivera.
Yeah, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you like about the Knuckle Maniac?
I mean, you're entertaining, dude. Your fights are entertaining. You definitely see sure about yourself. You're very confident, man. I mean, like I said, I like a lot of fighters in BKFC right now, man. BKFC is becoming my favorite sport. A bare knuckle, well, mainly BKFC. The other bare knuckle is just not exciting. Like, I used to be a big football and NBA guy, but bare knuckle is really kind of it for me now, man. It's just the fast pace. I think I've always said this. I feel like when I watch BKFC, it has this production feel of like watching wrestling or WWE. Especially opposed to like BKB or something. I feel like that's why their production doesn't look sexy. Bare Knuckles production is very sexy. The fights constantly are fast. They don't take no time in between them. They pump them out, and it's exciting sport, man. It can only get better, I think.
Thank you for the evaluation. Say the word dope.
Dope?
Yeah, dope.
Dope.
Dope is addicting, right?
Yeah.
We'll get the word dope from dopamine. The feel-good chemical, dope of mind. Dopamine, dope of mind. Dopamine, dope of mind. The feel-good chemical, dopamine. We get, and that's our feel-good chemical. It motivates us. It helps us stay focused. It helps us stay interested. So the secret of BKFC, why we're so good and we're only getting better, is because we increase dopamine. We get everybody hooked on the dope because BKFC is dope.
It is. It is. As long as they don't do a lot of Mexican fight cards, I'm good. That was the only one I was out on. But yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy. I remember watching a fight card on a Friday night, and then they had the Australian card on Saturday. I went to sleep watching bare knuckle, and it woke up at 5 a.m, and they had bare knuckle already in Australia. It was crazy.
Yeah. Feldman is he's definitely doing it.
And they're doing a lot of big things, man. I mean, Fenway Park, you just did the Sixers Arena, the BKFC thing. That looks like that's going to be extravagant. I mean,
I don't know that they can have a boat big enough for the Knuckle Maniac, brother.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy.
That shit might go down like the Titanic.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not, man, because there's too many guys I'm a fan of on that's going to be on there. Before we let you go, man, if Joseph Creer was tuning in right now, what would be your message to him?
Joseph Creer, thank you very much for taking the fight. Thank you very much for being my opponent. Without opponents, we don't have a fight. Without a fight, we don't have the opportunity to exercise our passion, our purpose, our power, our prosperity. and of course our peace of mind, because that's exactly why I do this. I do this because it gives me peace of mind. It lets me know that yes, I am prosperous, that I am powerful, that I am purposeful, and yes, of course, that I am passionate. BKFC, bare knuckle fighting itself, it is my why. And many may ask, why? Why do you love fighting so much? Why? Because
the Knuckle Maniacs said so.
Because the Knuckle Maniac said so, brother. So thank you, Joseph Creer. Yeah. And Joseph Creer and I, and we have a little surprise for everybody. And like I said, Juggernaut Hunt's going to be there. I think he has a surprise for everybody too.
Well, I'm definitely
so if you're a
interested to
fight
see
fan
this fight.
of any sport, specifically bare knuckle, and you want to see the two most electrifying men in bare knuckle fighting in the same venue together, and you want to see Joseph Creer, the man in BKFC, the only man in BKFC who beat Juggernaut Hunt. It was in MMA, not BKFC, it was in MMA. But yes, Joseph Creer, my opponent, beat Juggernaut Hunt in MMA many, many moons ago. Well, guess what? Juggernaut Hunt is there at the fight to see Joseph Creer and I fight, to see the Knuckle Maniac win. And that's the bottom line, because the Knuckle Maniac said so. And praise Jesus Christ.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time out, Knuckle Maniac, man. I'm going to be wishing you the best of luck. I'll be tuning in for this fight. I think this has the makings of being a really good fight. Could probably be fight of the night. Let's hope so, because you get a bonus. I know that much.
Tell me when my fights weren't exciting.
I haven't seen none of your fights were boring to me, man.
Thank you.
I'll let you know if they were, man. Trust me, because you get some boring fights every now and then. BKFC.
Let me ask you a question. What do you want to see out of the Knuckle Maniac on August 21st, 2026, at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut?
I want to see you just like taking it on the inside and just trying to punish him on the inside. Definitely not trying to fall into his game plan. That's what I really want to see. I'm of the opinion that when a guy has maybe like a 6-inch or taller height advantage, you probably got to go inside as much as you can, man. Like, it just makes the most sense to me, man. I ain't no expert at this, but when the height advantage is there, it's like just go inside and punish the guy as much as you can, man.
That's right.
So that's I don't know your game plan, but that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting you going in and punish him. I'm expecting a kind of lot like what we see with the Escoboza. Just really going in, clinching them up. A lot of shots to the body, shots to the face. I'm seeing guys, knocking dudes down in the clinch, like little punches to the side of the face, knocking dudes down, uppercuts in the clinch, dudes get knocked down. So I know that's what I would do if I was a short opponent, but.
Well, you said the word try, and I always tell everybody, there is no try. There is do or do not. So just do it.
Before we go, like, any shout outs you want to do? Do you got any sponsors you might want to shout out?
I want to thank Culture OC, Costa Mesa, California. I want to thank Troy Lang. He's the owner of that place. Hyperbaric chamber, red light therapy, PEMF. That's electrical therapy for your body. He does brain tap to basically do hypnosis on you. He also has cold plunge, sauna, massage, etc. I want to thank Dr. Shaw, my chiropractor here in Huntington Beach, California. I want to thank Meta Labs, the cold plunge, hot plunge, and sauna that I use. I want to thank Classic Fight Team, my fight team. Thank you to Coach Tyler Wambos. Thank you to Coach Tyler Smith. Thank you to everybody over there that helps me prepare. I want to give a shout out to Way Al. I want to give a shout out to Drizzy, Drake De La Cruz. I want to give a shout out to Brian, who gives me my Chipotle beef. He works at Chipotle. He gives me beef. He gives me a big pack of beef. You know, I want to thank a couple other people. Alex, he trains at Classic Fight Team. Alex also works at the UFC gym that I go to, UFC Gym Huntington Beach. The UFC Gym Huntington Beach is the headquarters of the UFC gyms.
Okay.
I want to thank Dave Feldman Jr., Nate Shook. Nate Shook's the matchmaker. The Feldmans are the owners. I want to thank, who the fuck is that guy? Conor McGregor. He just moved a couple miles from me. I'm excited to meet him. I'm excited to work with him. It's gonna happen. It's happening. Conor McGregor and the Knuckle Maniac together is just boom. It's a takeover. We didn't come here We didn't come here to take part. We came here to take over. Well, I didn't come here to take part. I came here to take everyone apart because I'm the Knuckle Maniac, and that's the bottom line, brother. You know why?
Because the Knuckle Maniac said so.
It doesn't matter why, brother. Because the Knuckle Maniac does what he wants, where he wants, and on August 21st at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, it's all over. It's all done because the Knuckle Maniac has already won.
Well, there you have it, Chris. You already lost, and he already won. So,
you see this? This looks like not the Dark Knight, like Robin. Batman. I'm Batman. I'm the Dark Knight. Have you seen the Joker? Tell the Joker next time you see him that before the clock strikes midnight, he will be swallowed by the darkness, swallowed by the big, bad bat, swallowed by the black and white, the KWO, bare knuckle taking over the show. Ooh, yeah,
brother. Cody, man, appreciate you, man. I knew this was going to be an interesting interview, and this is probably one of the most interesting interviews I've had.
What?
I said it's one of the most interesting interviews I've had.
Did you say probably?
I said I knew it was.
It doesn't matter what you said, because it is the most interesting show you've ever had. And again, that's the bottom line, because the Knuckle Maniac said so.
Appreciate you taking the time out, man. You hear me? Cody. Still there? Okay, I think we lost the audio. All right, we about to wrap it up. That was Cody Vidal, Knuckle Maniac. We'll be fighting at BKFC Mohegan Sun, which is August 21st, 2026, and that starts 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the main event courses, Bryce Henry versus Carlos Trinidad Snake, and co-main event is Cody Vidal versus Joseph Career. And Cody Vidal's looking to go to 5-1, Career going to 7-3 if he wins. Definitely can't wait to tune in for that fight. And there's some other good fights on here as well. And I just interviewed Cito Navarro a couple of days ago. Go check that interview out as well. He'll be fighting on the same fight card. And we got the recap Sunday after the BKSC Fight Night Sturgis with Atchison versus Jones. So that'll be August 9th. We'll do the recap. And August 8th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the start time for that. We're exactly 2 days and 28 minutes away. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Let's see who tuned in on Instagram. We have Mama Reber, Yeni Boom. Shouts out to Legend of Taj Mahal. My man Taj Mahal, appreciate you. Fuck it's Marshall, appreciate you. No Chance, appreciate you. No Chance 1992. Keith the Officer Richardson, One Tough Boxer, appreciate you. Third Coast T-shirts. Hayes Haymaker Christensen, NR Media, BKFC Rhino. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate the comment. Daniel Pennant hasn't gone to Boston yet. What is this? That's going to be an upset when he dominates that fight. I appreciate y'all, man. We about to wrap it up, and recap will be Sunday. Peace, and I'm out.